In this report, we'll take a glance at the 5 teams who have the easiest schedules going into next season. At number 1, Baltimore should have an easy time recapturing the number 1 seed going into the 2020 playoffs. They compete against just 3 teams who finished with winning records, including at home versus division winner Kansas City, which the Ravens should beat, and on the road against New England and Houston, who also won their respective divisions. Baltimore has a really good chance of beating both teams, and that includes the Patriots, with or without Tom Brady. As in most cases in life, anyone who refers to you as number 2 is not a good thing. And so it is with the Pittsburgh Steelers. They will compete against 5 of last year's playoff teams in 6 separate games. That includes division winners Baltimore, Houston, and Philadelphia at home. Last year, Pittsburgh went 1-6 versus eventual playoff teams. 2019 was a major disappointment. Despite a soft schedule, things could actually get even worse. The Cowboys boast the league's 3rd softest schedule, but in reality, it's mostly feast or famine. Only 2 of their opponents at home made the playoffs last year, and 6 finished below 500. That's not bad, but looking ahead, their road games collectively is a completely different story. 4 of their 8 road opponents made the postseason, including Philadelphia, the Ravens, Minnesota, and the Seahawks. Cleveland has the 4th easiest schedule. If they can just shore up their rush defense, they just might be able to make a go of it. 10 of their 16 games are against average to below average rush offenses. Only 5 of their opponents made the postseason, and 9 posted losing records. Plugging a few holes, familiarity within their current roster to go with their weak schedule will make change possible, and for the better. Finally, at number 5 is Washington. Things are so dismal for the Redskins that even a custard-filled schedule and a major overhaul won't help. 7 out of their 8 opponents are at least 3 tiers better than the Skins. Their only shot of winning at home this season is against the Bengals. Looking at all their road opponents, Washington has less than a 10% chance of winning any of them. I realize NFL coaches enjoy a good challenge, but Redskin coaches will live to regret this one.
Hi folks, I'm Mike Britt, inviting you to join us at Poe's Pub, located at 2706 East Main Street for Richmond's best burgers and ribs, including the Goose's favorite, the Commonwealth Burger. Check out our weekly events, full menu, and more by visiting our website at poespub.com or call 804-648-2120. That's 648-2120.
This is Steve McGrath from Victory Sports, and I'm here to tell you who's my number 1 guy to avoid in free agency. And I'm sorry to say it, it's Derrick Henry. The guy's a train. He's so easy to love. He just bowls people over. But unfortunately, if you look at the track record of paying running backs big money, it almost never works out. So you don't want the next Todd Gurley. Ezekiel Elliott, it's yet to be proven if that'll be worth it. but more often than not, you can replace a running back. You can get someone in the draft. So I would caution the Titans, with all the cap space that they do have, to not put it back and invest in Derrick Henry. Although he deserves it, I would let him walk. Whatever team goes and ultimately signs him, he's probably going to overpay. Unfortunately, that's just the way the league works now, and I can't imagine anyone's body holding up to that type of punishment year after year. So my number one guy to avoid, Derrick Henry, and I'm sure fantasy-wise next year he's not going to produce at the same level. Sorry.
Recently, I posted a question: which NFL player will be drafted first in most fantasy football leagues next season? Fans from the following Facebook groups participated in the survey: Central Virginia Football Addicts, Fantasy Football Down Under, Fantasy Fans United, Fantasy Football Gurus, NFL European Fans, and Saints fans. Here are the results. With 61.1% of the votes, Panthers running back Christian McCaffrey is the hands-down favorite. And I'm not sure about McCaffrey. New coaching staff, a lot of new faces, tough schedule. We'll see. Second behind McCaffrey is Saints wide receiver Michael Thomas, who received 16.1% of the votes. Makes sense. He's the best player the Saints have. Moreover, he's the best wide receiver in the entire league. Third is Giants running back Saquon Barkley, who earned 10% of the love from the fans, including from me. With injuries aside and young, talented players surrounding him, Barkley should, at the very least, be able to match his rookie numbers. And finally, in a three-way tie at 6% each, are restricted free agent running back Derrick Henry, Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson, and Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes. You certainly cannot go wrong with any of these options.
Since 1985, Richmond Recycling has been one of Mid-Atlantic's premier recycling centers. One of the reasons for their success is they pay top dollar for your scrap metals, batteries, converters, appliances, and electric motors. Richmond Recycling is doing their part to preserve our resources by their collection services and by bringing public awareness. So, fill up that pickup truck and head on over to Richmond Recycling. They're located at 2500 Decatur Street, just minutes from Interstate 64 and 95. Or you can give them a call at 804-230-9221 or visit their website at richmondrecyclingvirginia.com.
So with the upcoming fantasy drafts in the coming months, I think this coming season people will probably be looking for players like Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson. I think will probably go as the top quarterback, being obviously his rushing yards, passing touchdowns, passing yards, and then you're probably looking at maybe Deshaun Watson, who's a similar type of player. Then with the running backs, I think maybe Derrick Henry, who's obviously had a great finish to his season, just gone with the Titans, and then moving on probably to Christian McCaffrey, obviously who rushes, receiving yards and touchdowns. If that changes in sense of less production with a change in Carolina with the coaching staff and quarterback change through free agency or through the draft, we'll see. There'll be probably some new players coming in from the draft that people may look to. Maybe someone like Joe Burrow as quarterback from LSU that may go to Cincinnati. Then there's players that obviously have dropped off from previous season like Kamara.
What's up, guys? It's Stevie Fly from The Final Score. You can check me out on Facebook, on facebook.com/The Final Score 73. Now, the question was between Mahomes, Watson, and Jackson, which three do I think is going to be taken most in the first round of the fantasy draft? I would have to say it has to be Lamar Jackson. Bad as I hate to say it, I'm a Steelers fan through and through. Hate the Ravens, but Lamar Jackson's a good quarterback, great quarterback. And just off what he did last year with that MVP performance and people thinking he's only going to get better, I think that would be really what, as intriguing as all these other three guys are, I think his running game makes him the guy you want to pick more. If I was picking one first round, I would go with Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson, the Seattle Seahawks, just simply because he can run the ball, maybe not as fast as Lamar Jackson, not as explosive, but he gets the job done. And he's a little bit of a better passer than Lamar Jackson is right now. He doesn't make those turnovers, and Lamar Jackson makes those turnovers at times. But that's what I'm going with. I would definitely say Lamar Jackson over those three, but I'm going with Russell Wilson as my pick. All right, guys, that's going to do it. I'm Stevie Fly from The Final Score. Check me out again, Facebook.com, The Final Score 73.
Hey, NFL fans, have you ever wanted to showcase your skills and knowledge as an NFL expert for the whole world to see? Sure you have. Well, guess what? Now is your chance. Join the cast of thousands on NFL Soapbox. Send us your video of your opinions using your phone, tablet, whatever means is necessary to get her done. Then shoot us your video over to NFL Soapbox's Facebook page. Then let the magic begin. And here's another guess why. Not to make you nervous, but major media outlets and fans from over 80 nations and over 1,000 former and current NFL players, team executives, and coaches will see your video. How sweet it is. Just like Justin Bieber, you could be that next internet sensation.